As a girl living in this world in which many seek perfection and social media acceptance, it is hard to be confident within my own skin because as I scroll through any social media, all I see are these perfect pictures of people who seem to not have any imperfections. So today, I will talk about the bias within social media promoting a beauty standard. I'm going to start by discussing the unrealistic standards provided by said influencers, side effects on one's psychological health as a result of said standards, and finally, how we as a society can grow and learn that standards should not exist at all. So the public chooses who to give a platform to, and most of those influencers give these unrealistic standards. The influencers who have a big number of followers tend to invest more time on what they post on social media, what they say on social media, and they always want to appear flawless, which is a red flag. No one should be portrayed as perfect. According to the article, The Dark Side of Social Media, How Unrealistic Beauty Standards Are Causing Identity Issues, written by Tianu Obiora, an Instagram model can post a picture of herself in a bikini, showing off her taut stomach, holding up a weight tea supplement, and that spreads the idea that supplements, diet pills, and detox teas are the best ways to achieve her body shape, which is not true. Bodies react in different ways, and people can totally react differently. These days, the public is the one who chooses who gets a following and a big platform because they meet the expectations of the standards and the perfect body. Mavis Enriquez and Debasis Patnik wrote in an article titled Social Media and Its Effects on Beauty, published in March 2020. Adolescence is a crucial age for positive and negative development of the body image, the self-esteem, and the body dissatisfaction, which are all known to be predictors of eating disorders. The media believes and states that they are not biased by doing campaigns with models that have different skin colors and have different body shapes, but yet the magazines and articles that seem to have the most influence are filled with white or Caucasian models who have a slim body and are about 5'8" or taller. Social media and society in general have a lot of work to do regarding equality within the industry of modeling because there are people who have amazing talents but don't make the cut just because of the way they don't look. So, given that we talked about the false standards and the power the public gives to these influencers, let's talk about the causes of these standards on the people being influenced. Many have been psychologically affected by the standards because looking a certain way apparently is a ticket towards a successful life within the social media world, which is not true. One of the most common issues in response to social media effect is having low self-esteem. Personally, I've struggled with a lot of self-esteem for most of my life. A low self-esteem, sorry, because I always tend to compare myself to others, that being in school grades, body shape, face features, if they sing better than I do, if they play better than I do, and many other aspects. So the BBC published an article written by Kelly Oakes in the early 2019, March 2019, called The Complicated Truth About Social Media and Body Image, in which she stated, in a survey of 227 female college students, women reported that they tend to compare their own appearance negatively with their peer group and celebrities, but not with their family members. Yet, after all of the issues that are caused by said standards, an article named The Power of Pretty, Feminine Beauty Ideals Hold Importance in Personal and Professional Pursuits, written by Mackenzie Gleeson for the Collegiate Times, a college newspaper. It states that the feminine beauty ideal is a socially constructed opinion that one of a woman's most important assets is attractiveness. And it's something all women should strive to achieve in order to be considered beautiful by society's standards. The standards are completely different depending on the country, but the point is that standards should not exist and women should not strive to achieve just to please society. There's not such a thing as society standards because society cannot be pleased. and we should not strive to please it. Revealing the issues, standards, bringing people. We can now talk about the movements that are consistently helping the community feel better and helps with building a stronger self-esteem. There's many people who have gone through the same problem, what is now called self-body shaming. The ones who have sought for help and decided to come together to create a movement called Love Your Body movement. The Love Your Body movement stands for things like accepting and being comfortable in your own skin, like just letting you know stuff like comparing ourselves with other people is just not right. And we got to remove those people. The first step is to stop following them and getting them out of our lives, challenge the ideals and status quo, and strive for self-love and validation. According to Brittany McGill on her article, Is Loving Our Bodies Doing Us More Harm Than Good? Brittany raises the question, aren't we now just demanding that women have ironclad self-esteem and never waver in their love for their bodies? Isn't this just another unachievable standard for women to struggle to live up to? Then she follows to answer the same question. Perhaps it's about body acceptance, accepting the fact that your thoughts and feelings about your body will inevitably change throughout your life. Then an article named Love Your Skin Movement, published in 2009, the writer talked about her vow to herself to never set foot on any tan salon ever again, and talked about risks of possibly being diagnosed with skin cancer. She said, it is time that we as women start to challenge not just the focus on excessively thin ideals in the media, but about our skin color too. Now that we've talked about the movements that have helped many others on their self-love journey, it's time we go over the points that we have talked about. We talked about the standards set by society in social media. Then we raised awareness of the psychological issues that those standards bring on people. And lastly, but not least, we talked about these movements that have helped many throughout the globe to accept themselves. I'm going to finish by reading this quote by Louise Hay. You have been criticizing yourself for years, and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. What a change accepting myself has made. Not only for myself, but the people who surround me. It's like I lived with this constant gray cloud of negativity above me, and it was affecting not only me, but everyone around me. I suggest that you shake that negativity away and start looking at yourself with the same love and affection and respect that you look at others. Thank you. Any questions? Go.
I don't know why I always seem the one to ask lots of questions, but I like it. So I was just curious to know, for people who have self-esteem problems, what advice can you give them to boost their own ego or boost their self-esteem?
I don't think it's about boosting your own ego. It's more about, it's just the self-esteem, because sometimes having too much ego is not good. So just your self-esteem, it's just kind of stop comparing yourself to others. That seems so easy to say, but it's so hard to do actually.
Yeah.
So I still am on my way to do that, but honestly, just stop comparing yourself to people. Like, look for the best things on yourself. Don't try to like compare yourself to others and be like, oh, I know how to do this and she doesn't, so I'm good. No, that's not the way it is. Just talk yourself up every time that you feel down and never compare to others.
So you would say it's more about building like self-confidence?
Yeah, self-confidence instead of trying to boost your ego.
Gotcha. Thank you for answering my question.
Yes. Any other questions? That's it? Okay.